Are you ready? Let's go.
Hi everyone, so this is the first case that we are going to look at. Okay, why do I call it first case? Because we got 4 quadrants, so I'm going to cover all the 4 quadrants. So if we look at this complex number, okay, 1 plus 3i, the real part is 1, imaginary part is 3. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to go and mark what is my theta. My theta is my argument, and also I'm going to go and put the position of alpha. So as I already mentioned, argument is the angle between complex number line and positive x-axis. So as you can see, this is where your theta is going to be. At the same time, what we must do is we have to go and denote alpha. So alpha is the angle, okay, inside a triangle with the x-axis. So this is the triangle. This is the triangle. So alpha is inside. And we know the relationship very well between theta and alpha. So theta is just going to equal to alpha. So as I have mentioned to you previously, okay, we have to go and calculate our alpha. So from alpha, we should be able to go and get our theta. So calculating alpha is not difficult. Alpha equal to tan inverse magnitude B over A. Make sure your calculator is in radian mode. That is very important. So my B here is 3. So tan inverse 3 over 1. Okay, take your calculator. Make sure calculator is in R mode. So let me put that in. I'm changing my calculator to radian mode first. Tan inverse 3. So we're going to get 1.24. So that is equal to theta 1.249, and we are done for. Case 2, okay, why? Because it is quadrant 2. So quadrant 2 here, my real part is negative 3, so I go to negative 3. My imaginary part is 2, so I mark it here. And of course I need to add my complex number line. So my complex number line is that. So as usual, I need to go and put where is my theta and where is my alpha. So let us go back to the definition. Theta is the angle between complex number line and positive x-axis. So this is my theta. My alpha is going to be inside the triangle with the x-axis. So I do my triangle like that. So this is my alpha. Please take note, you can do a triangle here, but it will be with the y-axis. So as usual, first step, calculate your alpha. So your alpha is going to be tan inverse of B over A. So your B is going to be what? 2. Please be very careful. Your A is going to be negative 3. But then remember that is a modulus. Again, same process. Divide, then tan inverse. And you're going to get 0.588. Okay, so very simple. So here, if you see the relation, you don't memorize. Please don't ever memorize. Like myself, I understand what is happening. Here, if you take, okay, both of them together, you add them up, it's 180. Remember, we are working with radian, so it's going to be pi. So theta plus alpha is equal to pi. That is the relationship that we know. And then from there, theta equal to pi minus alpha. I already got alpha value, so pi minus 0.588. So all you have to do, put in your calculator. So I take pi minus that, we're going to get 2.554 to 3 decimal place. Simple, right? 2 more to go. Alright, case 3. So case 3, which is in quadrant 3. Why quadrant 3? You can see here, real part negative 2, imaginary part negative 3. No problem, pretty simple. I need to go and put my theta. So here you have to be very, very careful. Okay, you have to follow definition. So you know very well, okay, theta is the angle between positive x-axis and also complex number line. So I go like that. But if you recall back the definition, you understand that theta is between negative pi and pi. Meaning to say the maximum value the theta can take is pi, meaning to say 180. So here if you see this has gone more than that. So I cannot travel in that direction, I have to take a shortcut. So instead of going counterclockwise, I will go clockwise. So this is going to be my theta. That is perfectly fine. Why? Angle between complex number line and positive x-axis. As long as it doesn't exceed that size, then it's fine. So now what you have to ensure is you need to go and put your alpha. So alpha is triangle with the x-axis. So this is my x-axis. So I draw my triangle here. Put my alpha. So now what do? I go and find the relationship. So I know theta plus with alpha. That is again going to give me the same size of 180, which is going to be pi. I want theta equal to pi minus. That is the relationship between theta and alpha. But you have to take note, because the direction is going clockwise, I need to add a negative sign. So you see again, we are not memorizing, we don't memorize. So as usual, I go and work out my value of alpha. So my alpha here is tan inverse magnitude, modulus B over A. So my B is going to be negative 3. So be very careful with this negative 3 over negative 2. So you press your calculator, make sure again it's in radian mode. 0.9827. So I go and sub that in. So pi minus that. So that is going to be negative 2.15923 decimal place. Remember the definition, don't memorize. Fourth case, the last case, okay. So here, if you look at the z equal to 2 minus 3i, real part 2, imaginary part negative 3. So this is my complex number line, okay. So real part, imaginary part. Okay guys, so business as usual, always make sure you go and denote your theta and alpha. That is very important correctly. So if you see theta is the angle between complex number line and positive x-axis, I cannot go like this. Why? It will exceed pi. So I take an alternative route, I go like this. No problem. Next, I need to go and tandakan my alpha. My alpha is the angle inside the triangle with the x-axis. So, my alpha going to sit here as well. So there you go, you can see the size between theta and alpha is the same. But you have to take note, we are going clockwise. So what I need to add? Negative. So you add negative. Right, so now we are in a position to go and work out my value of alpha, tan inverse B over A. So please be very careful of obtaining the value of B. B is negative 3. Okay, so negative 3. So negative 3 over 2. So you press your calculator. Make sure it's in radian mode. This is a typical mistake that students always tend to make. So let us press that tan inverse answer. So you should be getting 0.9828. Okay, so take that value, put it in here, and magically the number is already there on the board. Alright. Okay, so very simple. Just make sure my tips for you is, okay, label, draw your Argand diagram. Okay, go and label your theta, your alpha, everything very clearly. Don't memorize, understand, and things is very straightforward, very easy. Subscribe, like, and share. Spread the love. Mr. Raj, your mathematician.